President Lee Jae Myung's trip to Europe now comes on to its final and most high-profile event, the G7 summit in France. Over the next 2 days, he'll join world leaders to discuss some of the world's biggest challenges, including development cooperation, economic imbalances, and artificial intelligence. Our Blue House correspondent Song Yoo-jin has a preview.
The final stop of President Lee Jae Myung's 10-day trip to Europe is France, where he will attend the G7 summit.
By attending the G7 summit for the second straight year, Korea is expected to further cement its standing as a G7+ country with growing global responsibilities. The invitation also reflects the G7's continued confidence and expectations for the Lee administration.
Upon arriving in Evian, Lee will join French President Emmanuel Macron and the leaders of other invited countries for a group photo before taking part in a working session titled Forging New Partnerships and Rebuilding International Solidarity. There, participants will discuss ways to strengthen development cooperation as global aid funding shrinks. According to senior Blue House spokesperson Kang Yoo-jin, President Lee will present Korea's approach to helping recipient countries use public resources to attract private investment and ultimately build self-sustaining economies. Lee will then return to the summit table on Wednesday for another working session and a working lunch.
Korea will join the G7's efforts to address global challenges, including economic imbalances, critical minerals, digital transformation, and illicit drugs. As the chair of the G20 in 2028, we intend to continue leading cooperation on these issues while pursuing outcomes that benefit both the international community and our national interests.
Attention is also focused on Lee's possible bilateral meetings on the sidelines of the summit, in particular whether he will hold talks with U.S. President Donald Trump. If the two meet, discussions are expected to cover follow-up measures to the Korea-U.S. joint fact sheet covering trade and security, as well as North Korea. The two leaders last met in person in Gyeongju last October and spoke by phone last month, following President Trump's summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Song Yoo-jin, Arirang News.